What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 2 of A Drink and a Thought with Don Ramiro. We're just going to get straight into it today. So today, our drink that we are going to review is going to be the Still Austin Cask Strength Bourbon here. So just a little quick history about bourbon, because I know a lot of people, they don't know the difference between a Tennessee whiskey, Canadian whiskey, Irish whiskey, a bourbon. So just real quick, what makes bourbon a bourbon? It has to have a couple of requirements. So it has to be made in the U.S. It can be made anywhere. It just has to be made in the U.S. It has to be aged for a minimum of 2 years in charred white oak barrels. And the mash bill has to be at least 51% corn. So the rest of that mash bill can be usually rye, wheat, malted barley, but it has to be minimum 51% corn. So for the Still Austin, this is the Cask Strength edition here. This retails in the U.S. probably, I'd say between $50, $70, just kind of depending on where you get it. It's not for the weak of heart. So cask strength means basically barrel proof. So it's bottled straight from the barrel. So very high proof. This one's about 118 proof, which is about 59% alcohol by volume. This bourbon, however, actually finishes very soft, very light, very smooth. It's going to be a little bit more on the sweeter side. What I recommend is if you're not used to barrel-proof bourbons or high-proof spirits in general, you can add a little bit of water to it to kind of soften up the finish. And then it's also going to open up some of the taste and notes a little bit more as well. You could also do it over a big whiskey rock. And then old-fashioned. This makes a great old-fashioned if you're looking for a higher proof spirit to put in a cocktail. The Still Austin Cask Strength Bourbon definitely makes a really good option. Ooh. So yeah, the taste and notes here, you're going to get a lot of sweet flavors. You're definitely going to get some rye. You're going to get some of that spice, some oak. A little bit more cinnamon, a lot of brown sugar, and it almost has like a melt in your mouth finish to it. So definitely a great sipper, and then also good for old fashions and cocktails if you're entertaining a big group of people, got a hot date, whatnot. So our topic today, I just wanted to kind of get in on the dating apps. Men, I suggest you delete all your dating apps. They are hurting you more than they are helping you. A lot of these apps are very biased. There's like maybe 100 guys to every one girl. A lot of people on these apps, they lie. They lie about their height, their weight. They use filters. They use editing, Photoshop, to make themselves look different than what they look like in real life. And that's why I emphasize so much to all you gentlemen, cold approach, cold approach, cold approach. We need to get back to the day where you see an attractive woman, you go introduce yourself, and you try to flirt with her on the spot. It's not that hard. A lot of people try to make it harder than it really has to be. There's a couple of different ways of doing this. I like, bars, lounges. Clubs are okay. The thing with clubs is, once it gets later, everybody's, very drunk. They're dancing all over each other. So it's very hard to kind of make a connection with a woman and get to know her when you have to kind of, shout over everybody just to kind of, get one sentence across. So, but I definitely like bars and lounges. What I suggest you guys do, become locals at your local bar and lounges, wherever that may be. Get to know the staff, get to know the bartenders, get to know the management. These people will be your allies whenever you go out to try to meet women, or if you find a date, and it's a good place to take them because they already know you by name. They'll be able to kind of give you a little bit more perks. A little bit faster service, and obviously this is assuming you take care of these people. I mean, you definitely have to tip well, network. What I suggest is don't focus too much on this over, making money, because you still want to make money. You still want to be on your purpose. You still want to have your drive. So this is what I usually suggest to a lot of men. If you're doing your work, try to do it in a coffee shop. Try to do it at the bar and make your money. Try to get clients, inquiries, whatever it is that your career choice is. And if you happen to see a beautiful woman walk in, go make the approach, introduce yourself. And then you kind of go from there. If you don't, well, you're at least still doing something productive for your night versus, wasting your time swiping on these apps, which most of the time, they're very disheartening to a lot of men because they get left on red, they get flaked on, they get ghosted. And a woman can't do none of that in person. And then in person, your personality, you can kind of showcase that a little bit more. And there's a lot more techniques you can do to, get the girl to kind of, be interested in you that you can't replicate online. And I'm also just assuming that you have a good online profile. You're tall, over 6 foot, have good photos, have good presentation. For the rest of the guys, it's an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle. So you definitely have to, get back to the basics. What I suggest, and this is actually a really good technique. Gentlemen, you have to learn how to dance. Learn how to dance, take some dance classes, and I promise you, anywhere you go, you are definitely gonna have a leg up on all the other men in that establishment. And when I say learn how to dance all styles. Learn how to dance salsa, merengue, bachata, banda, corrido, country music. The more styles you can learn, the better it will be, because a lot of times at these establishments, a woman is looking for the knight in shining armor to kind of sweep her off her feet, and that can be you. That could easily be you. Doesn't take much, it takes a lot of practice, and the more you do it, the more you get comfortable with it, the more people you meet, the more you're able to network, the more women you're able to have in your circle, and it's just a win-win for everybody. But dating apps, like I said, kind of takes out the excitement of meeting a stranger, trying to make a conversation out of thin air, which is very hard, especially if you're on the shyer side. You're a little bit more timid. It's really hard for you to kind of break out of your shell, so to speak. So what I recommend, I'm going to give you guys some homework for today. I would like you guys to read the Mystery Method by Mystery. He has a lot of good insights and techniques you can use to kind of, meet women, get out of your shell, be more sociable, be more approachable, not be so awkward, not appear so creepy, so to speak. And I just think your results are gonna be a lot more than what you get on the apps. Because what I see on the apps is a lot of guys, they don't get dates, they don't get reds, they get flakes, and then they kind of just quit. They become incels, they just stay at home and they give up. And I don't want you guys to do that. This is something that I'm trying to, spread the word out to kind of get this out to everybody. Young men, older men. And I think it could really help your dating lives tremendously. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. I try to keep these, short, sweet, and simple. If you guys got any questions, hit me up. Let me know. Need some advice? Leave your comments down below, and we'll talk soon.